Alright, everyone, welcome to the Spike and Jackie show. Or should I say Jackie and Spike Bake Off. We are going to be making this Libby pumpkin roll with cream cheese filling. I'm going to add nuts to mine. I don't know if Jackie wants to add nuts to hers, but excuse me, that's a tradition my parents always had. So, if you're going to have a... Oh, wait, hold on. Okay, so while she's out there getting her smoke break, this is something that... I'll tell you what the ingredients... it's powdered sugar, we have all-purpose flour, baking powder, baking soda, ground cinnamon, ground cloves, salt, eggs, granulated sugar, and of course the Libby pumpkin, pure pumpkin. Walnuts that are supposed to be chopped, and of course that's optional. And then cream cheese, softened, powdered sugar, butter, vanilla extract. So I got everything basically ready for her before she came in. So this is the dry mixture that I did already. That is the it's the flour, baking powder, baking soda, cinnamon, and the cloves and salt. And then this is the eggs with some pumpkin mixture and sugar. And then I'll come back and show you how we mix this all together. Okay, what we're doing now is putting parchment paper on the cookie sheet, jelly roll pan, whatever you want to call it. What we did was we greased the cookie sheet first, and then we put the parchment paper on it, sprayed it again, and then what do we do now, Jax?
We are going to powder sugar a kitchen towel.
Okay, powder sugar kitchen towel. Alright, let me move this out of the way for you.
Alright, are you going to correctly do it like this?
Yes, I'd like to. I bought that just for that. Since I'm not a baker, I didn't have a sifter at home, and I said, you don't own a sifter? I didn't either. So now she's going to sift for me. Sift. Scissors. Oh, in my drawer. Right here.
Kitchen is just set up perfectly for a cook.
I tried. And then since I don't bake, I wanted it to be easy for you so you're not stumbling. Okay, now she's putting that in the sifter and she's going to sift. Why do we have to sift the towel?
Because when you roll your sugar, your cake for the pumpkin roll, this powdered sugar will magically appear on the outside of your pumpkin roll.
Okay, now, I remember my folks, they used to have nuts on the outside of it. So how do we do that?
I don't know. I've never done one.
I wonder if we have to put a little cream cheese frosting on that and also put... That's what they used to do. I swore they did that.
Okay, well, we're not doing Mom and Dad's recipe, though. We're doing this recipe.
Well, I know.
Then we're going to try Mom and Dad's, right?
Okay, but the thing is, it doesn't say anything about the nuts. So that's why I was looking online for the nut recipe. I don't know where they got theirs from. What you looking for?
I'm looking for something like that.
Okay, good. Anyway, so I don't know. We're going to do the Libby on the label.
Right. That's all. That just dated us.
Yes, it does.
Okay, so
now what do we do?
We have combined our flour and our baking powder, our baking soda, cinnamon, our cloves, and our salt in a bowl.
I did put the salt in there.
And this one we have beat our eggs and our sugar, and then we have added in 2/3 of a cup of pumpkin, and now we are going to add this to that.
Okay. One thing I wanted to tell everybody too is Jackie told me do not use kosher salt for this. So she was kind enough to bring her own salt because all I have is cooking kosher salt since I'm not a baker. And I think I've said that 101 times, I don't bake. But something this year told me to make this, and Jackie made pumpkin roll first time just this past October, so she offered to come help me.
And what I was told by the girls that I got information from is that this is a moister batter than you would make for like a cake, and that is why you have less of a chance of it cracking.
Oh, it's moister?
It's moister, yeah, because it's got to be pliable for when you roll it and all that stuff.
Well, did you view any of those videos I sent you?
I did not, because I did not want my thoughts tainted.
Okay. Well, and I'll tell you, I'm glad you didn't, because it's confusing.
It would be too confusing.
Well, the thing is, there's so many different variations.
Right.
So many. Like the one gal used a spicy cake mix for hers, but see, hers cracked.
Right.
So, and then
I was told not to do that. I was told to make my own batter.
Right. And that's what I want to do. Scratch from scratch.
All right. So the next step is for us to spread this evenly into our prepared pan.
All right.
So which we will do.
This is awesome, Jax. Thank you.
Using the $1 million tool, which will not save us $1 million. Certain anonymous corporations, it would save $1 million, but
right.
Us, it might save us a couple bucks.
And here I thought we'd be so good and do 2 at a time, but I guess not. We better just do 1 at a time.
Yeah, because it's a really thin.
But it does pop up, so I was really plump up, I should say.
That's
yeah.
when you cook it.
Yeah. And actually, this pan is a little bigger than what it called for.
Okay.
So, I don't know if that's going to make a difference or not. But we'll see. Yours looked about that big, too. That long. I think it said a 13 by 9. This is 15 by 10.
Okay, you should be ready to go. Now it says, in this case, to sprinkle with nuts now. Sprinkle with nuts.
Okay. Nuts are there. Grab the scissors again. They're already chopped. I decided to do the chop. Now this is when I really miss all my mom and dad's equipment that they had. They used to have a nut grinder. No, they had a nut grinder.
Okay, it says a couple more. It says optional, so if you don't like that.
Yeah, but I want to do nuts. I don't know about you.
No, I prefer my nut without nuts.
Okay.
And you want to do a cup. So I know in my measuring terms, a cup is about 2 handfuls. Evenly dispersed.
Thank you, Rachel Ray.
All right. So that looks good.
That does.
And then this is going to be popped into the oven for 13 to 15 minutes at the temperature of 370.
Okay, now here's the deal. I put it down to 350 only for the fact is the pan is darker. They say if it's a dark pan, you're supposed to lower it. Now, what do you think? Did you do it at 375?
I believe I did, yes.
Okay, so should I wait and put it at 375? It's on 350.
Probably we ought to knock it up a little bit. So.
Okay. So hold on and I'll go do that. Okay, that won't take long to get it up there. Okay, we'll be back. Do we have are we going to start another one while that is sitting?
We can do that.
Okay, we'll be back, folks. Alright, so now Jackie is making the insides, which is the cream cheese filling.
Correct.
And
since we're making 2,
right.
We started with, we're making actually double of what our recipe says.
Right.
And since we're doing that, we're using...
boy, that smells good already. Can you smell that?
Yes.
Oh my God.
We're using 2 cups of powdered sugar.
Okay.
So we're doubling what we got. There's already a cup in there.
And Jackie, you can borrow my sifter at any time.
Thanks.
It'll be a universal sifter.
And
How's
I like
that?
it because it builds my wrist muscles, so I don't have to do heavy writing, eval writing.
Oh, I see.
So we're going to sift that in there. And my wrist is already getting tired because it's not adequately exercised. That's my weak wrist anyway.
Oh, I can smell the cloves, can't you?
All I smell right now is cream cheese.
Oh, because you're right on top of it.
I'm
Oh my
on top of
God,
the
I
cream
could
cheese.
smell that. Yum, yum.
It's
Woo!
snowy. All right, so we got that. Now we need 6 tablespoons of butter. And this
I got them measured out for you.
That's 6 and 6. So
Yep.
we're going to do.
And then here's the other 6.
Awesome.
See, I was ready for you.
You were.
As you know, I was pumped up for this.
You were anticipating this all week long.
Yes. I could care less about what the weather was like, because we were going to make it nice and cozy and warm.
And I knew the weather wasn't going to be anywhere near as severe as they were calling for, so.
You thought it wasn't going to be?
They lied.
Yeah, Ryan said the same
They
thing.
poke their nose out the door and they guess as much as we do.
Well, you know what? I think they're in cahoots with the grocery stores.
Could be.
Because when I was shopping for all this, it was Friday, and we were supposed to get hit Friday night. It was packed. But luckily, I had patience, went through it with my list. I was good. All right.
And then
We got butter and the...
Butter, cream cheese, powdered sugar, and
Okay.
then now we're going to add 2 teaspoons, because we're making a double recipe.
Correct.
Of
Vanilla extract. And make sure you use original vanilla, not artificial.
use pure.
Yeah, pure. That makes a big difference. That's one thing I learned from my parents. Always use the good stuff. Don't skip.
When you're baking, yeah.
Yes.
Sure. Alrighty. And that's that. And we're going to go ahead and we're going to...
Here I'm contradicting myself, though. Look at the powdered sugar I buy. I don't get the Domino powdered sugar. I bought that in a bag, so we'll see.
Alright, I'm going to beat this sucker. Cream is...
I didn't know if that butter got soft enough.
It should be.
All right, we'll come back after this is done. Okay, Jackie just took it out of the oven and we loosened up the edges for a little bit, and then you flip it over onto that while it's still hot. Right, Jax? That is the trick.
And hopefully...
Be careful, don't burn yourself, honey.
No, it's just kind of hard to grab because it's hot. Alright.
Yeah, I was going to say do it that way.
Uh-oh.